Well, hello everybody, Flash Motion here, back for another reaction to My Hero Academia. And today we're going to look at episodes 17 and 18 of Season 5. We are almost caught up. And, yeah. Last time wasn't the most rewarding set of episodes. I felt very fillery all around. But, you know, still some cool stuff going on. I did enjoy, spending some time with Sue and Uraraka and, well, yeah, just that entire setup there. Yeah, we're obviously moving towards something really relatively big in terms of the students and Endeavor and Hawks and all them taking on the Meta Liberation Army there. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how that resolves, if it will resolve this time. I don't remember what, if anything, the previews showed, but everybody was working on figuring out their how to boost their powers more. Their goal is to become faster or as fast as Endeavor himself, who is pretty fast. So, gonna be difficult, but hey, not impossible, I guess, depending. And in general, he actually seems to be a pretty good teacher. He's still an asshole. I still don't like him as a person, and even as a character, I have a tough time, reconciling how terrible of a person he is with how much I do want him and the others around him to succeed. But yeah, no, this is it's I'm invested. We'll go with that. Words are not forthcoming from my brain very easy right now. Regardless, let's get into this, shall we? Why not? Why keep waiting? So, we will begin in 3, 2, 1... And we're back on YouTube. Okay, so once again, the first of these two episodes was pretty much a nothing episode. Like, yeah, character stuff, sort of. But, like, it was all bloated by flashbacks and, like... Yeah, no, I'd still feel like you could have taken this entire little mini arc here of Endeavor's agency internship thing happening, and then like the dinner, and then even the part about saving Natsu. You pretty much could have condensed it down to about an episode and a half, and then made that into 2 episodes by sprinkling throughout that, checking up on the stuff with Selkie and whatnot, which could have also, served to foreshadow the drug being used by the White Line villain there. Which, yeah, that guy's power is weird as fuck. And his attitude is weird as fuck. But he made for a decent antagonist, I'd say. It wasn't much of a fight. It was mainly just giving the kids a chance to show off. So, not the biggest fan of that, but it did well, and I like most of where they went with it. But the very ending there, that I'm not sure if I like it. know if I know how much I don't know how much I've talked about this, but my own relationship with my parents hasn't been that great. I mean, I don't know how much specifics I want to go into, but Dad was kind of an asshole. Mom had some very bad habits as well in terms of like how she would act and respond to things. They butted heads quite a bit. Their marriage started falling apart pretty much immediately after they got together. I think they tried to tough it out a few years for my sake. And then when I was like 7, they just couldn't do it anymore. They separated, eventually got divorced. There was joint custody. I had to go back and forth on weekends and like, yeah, it was a whole thing. And then like, when I was like about halfway through high school, my dad chose to pursue his own personal interests over being a father. And I have not spoken to him since, aside from him briefly appearing at my graduation to, I don't know what he was thinking, but he sure as hell brought down the mood. It was not great. And yeah, as the years went by after that, just like things deteriorated between me and my mom, and they didn't get better at all until I moved out. And well, really it was that on the day that I moved out, a whole bunch of pent-up emotions came out, and it was a whole thing. But like, I don't know, just like seeing Endeavor just kind of almost give up is what it feels like. Like he's been fighting, it feels like, up until this point. He's been actually fighting to try and get not really, well, yeah, in part it's like his children's respect back, but also just like to prove that deep down he does care about them. And not only that, but like he wants to be around them. He wants to be there for them. He wants to make up for his past mistakes. And yeah, I know I've ragged on him quite a bit. He's an asshole. He's done some really terrible, awful things, and he should have paid for those. And by all rights, the dude probably should have served several years in jail for domestic abuse. But like, I'm also a big proponent of the idea that it does not matter what you did yesterday or at any point in the past. What matters is what you choose to do today. And right now, it just feels like Endeavor is giving up on his family. And I get it. I get in part, like, if him being around causes them pain and makes it so that, like, the mom, I forget, have they said her name? I imagine they have, I just can't remember it. If the mom can't function as long as he's around, like, there's something to be said for the idea of just not being there, but like, that doesn't solve the problem. It just works around it. You know? Like, if there's a fucking, I don't know what's a good description here. Okay. Best description I can come up with is like, you're building a highway and like, you want to go through a mountain, but you can't because if you drill into it, you're gonna hit some kind of like natural gas reserve or something, it's going to cause a huge explosion and damage a lot of shit. Like, obviously you don't want to do that, but if you just build around the mountain, then you're not actually solving anything, because eventually something could happen and the mountain's could blow up. That's maybe not. Maybe a natural gas thing is not the best idea. Active volcano? Yeah, or like not active, but like no active. Yeah, I don't know, but just like that idea of like or like a pressure cooker. That's a better analogy. I mean, this show likes its food analogies anyways, so... But, like, if you have a pressure cooker, and the pressure's building up inside of it, and you don't open it and release the pressure, then eventually it's just gonna fucking explode. Now, you can mitigate that somewhat by increasing the size of the cooker itself, but there's only... I know we realistically can't do that, but like fantasy-wise, like if you could do anything in order to relieve the pressure, one thing you could do is actually expand the size of the cooker, in theory, and give it more volume, and therefore the pressure would decrease. But the pressure's still building. The pressure is still going to keep building until the point where it explodes. And realistically, there would only be so much that you could expand the cooker. The only surefire way to keep it from exploding is to stop the pressure, to release it, to open it up in the air, get it all out there, get everything out there, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it, and then figure out a new way forward. That, like, yeah, I get it. Like, I get why this is happening. I don't feel like this is the best solution, and I don't feel like it's a permanent one, and I don't feel like it's one that's actually going to make everybody happy. Like, yeah, okay, their mom's going to come home, they're all going to be able to stay together and, you know, be a family in that way, but like the shadow of what is and isn't there is still going to be over them. Fuyumi's still going to be missing her dad. Even Shoto's going to be missing him a little bit. Even Natsuo's going to be missing him a little bit, because he's going to be like thinking about how his dad's absent, like he always was, not there for them. And like they're going to be thinking about how Toya is still not there, and they're going to be thinking about how the family isn't complete. They're going to be thinking about how dad's only not there because he thinks it's for the best, but it's really not. Like, it's not a good solution. So it just kind of makes me upset that we've had what seemed like a really good arc to lead up to a wholesome ending where things reconcile in a way where it's just like, okay, maybe we can't all be together right now, maybe everything's not going to be perfect right now, but we can work towards that, and it just feels like Endeavor's just giving up. So that doesn't make me hate him anymore. It's disappointing from from the standpoint of the story that I thought was being told. It's disappointing. And like, it's one thing when you go into a story with certain expectations, and then you build up a story in your head ahead of time, and then you are disappointed because what you imagined ahead of time isn't what you got. Like, I've seen that a lot with like Star Wars and Transformers, and even some Marvel properties where everybody's just like, I want such and such thing to happen, and then it didn't happen, and now I'm pissed about it, even though because the canon doesn't match my fan fiction. And it's just like, you're assholes, all of you. But in terms of as the story is ongoing, you are supposed to come up with an idea in your head of, okay, where is this going to end? And if the ending doesn't match the route that you took to get there, like, that can be quite disappointing, and that's how I feel right now. So, I don't know. Maybe it's one of those things where we'll revisit it and get a much more satisfying conclusion later, but for right now, I am not satisfied. I am disappointed. The journey was fine. The ending is just, bad. I don't know, though. I certainly wouldn't want my mom and dad to actually try and force themselves to get back together at this point. So, like, yeah. And I certainly don't want to go back and live with my mom and dad again, because, like, that's where 90% of the problems that we had came from. We're just two fundamentally different people that we can't get along if we're sharing the same space. For too long. Like, living space, rather. But, like, I don't want us to be separated permanently. We're still family. So, I don't know. Anyway, that kind of bullshit aside, this was a slightly better set than the last one. But I'm very much looking forward to where we'll go from here. We're finally touching on the Kurogiri arrest thing. Apparently some sort of secret's going to be revealed, and there's some other things going on, so yeah, sounds great. I'm really looking forward to that. When we get there, which, now that I think about it, shit. Alright, so we're on 18, 19, 20, and then 5 more after that, so that's 7 episodes. That's going to be awkward. I might have to change up how I record things for next week. Because it's going to be 3 videos this week. But there's only... but counting this one, there's 4 left. Oh, no, I won't have to change it up. I forgot. There's 2 freaking movies that came out that I still have to watch for this show. Never mind. It's going to be fine. Schedule's fine. Anyways. Silly me. I will see you all in the next video. Hopefully it's as awesome as it seems like it's going to be. Because this season kind of needs some awesomeness. In any case, until then, bye.